Yeah.
So you've been lying to security.
Yeah, somebody got
So, here's what happened. Several of us were walking down Fashion Drive in our bras, and we had lots of money stuck in them. And a security guard came up and asked me if I was the leader of this event, and of course I said yes. And he said, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. We have a no solicitation policy. Now, who was around me when that happened? Raise your hand. Did you guys believe me?
Not one word.
I did.
I believe every word you said.
So, the security guard stopped me, and he said, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And I said, well, why? I said, I called here Friday, and somebody told me that it was okay. And he goes, well, do you know who you spoke to? I said, well, I called, somebody answered the phone, they transferred me to another lady, and after I spoke to that lady for a while, she said yes. They said, do you know that lady's name? And I said, God, for the life of me, I can't remember. I wrote it down, and he says, was her name Diane? What do you think Guy said? Yes! That was it. He goes, Diane's the marketing manager. And he goes, I have the mall manager on the phone, and she would like to speak to you. So I take the phone, and I talk to the mall manager, and I tell her that I spoke to Diane, and that Diane on Friday told me it was okay. She goes, well, I was off Friday, and she said, you know, I guess I just have a really poor communication, lack of communication in my office, and I'm going to have to speak to my staff and make sure that they understand the no solicitation policy. But I'm still going to have to ask you to leave. And I said, well, you know, I said, your mall hosts the entire Race for the Cure event. Many of your stores have pink articles of clothing already in the thing. We have already raised a couple $100. I have money already in my bra. We're not hassling people. We've had several survivors come up and give us money and thank us for what we were doing. Right, guys? Am I right?
Yep. Yes.
All right. And she finally said, well, I have to confess, I am on the grants committee for Susan G. Komen. And the money that you are raising will actually help the grants committee. And I said, see there? I said, we're doing you a favor. I said, I can't help that Diane said that we could do it. So she goes, okay.
Yeah, Diane's now doing
Yeah.
her job.
So she goes, okay. You can continue. And she goes, I'll speak to my staff on Monday morning.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I did call Diane on Monday morning.
Oh, good.
And told her that not only did we raise $563, but we had a match of $500, so we technically raised $1,063. That's a mammogram for somebody. I did not tell her that I lied about the Diane thing. So Gary, I'm sorry.
I only have one thing to say. When I first met Chris, one of the first things he said to me was, I'm a very good actor. So I just go along with whatever. He was a very good actor that day.
I confessed in spin class on Monday night, did I not?
Yes.
Sister Mary Tara? So do you guys hate me?
No.
Does anybody in here know Diane?
No.
Please.
Oh,
You do?
wait a minute.
Does she still have a job? I feel horrible, but